This trailer has been sitting in my to watch list for a couple weeks at least. It's classified as an action fantasy movie, and the name of it is called A Rough Draft. I have no knowledge of this film as far as who's in it or what it's specifically about, other than just saying, them telling us that it's action fantasy. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Can you at least prevent the crash? No. Can you at least save the people?
Foreign language film?
It's being done.
Yeah.
What happened?
You were reborn. You were erased from your loved ones' lives.
Dad! I don't know you.
No parents, no friends, no girlfriend. The truth is you no longer have a home. Now you are ready.
Why am I here?
This is an intersection.
Okay.
It's an exact replication of our world.
We're behind your time. But we leave you behind in everything else.
The dubbing's not that great.
Experiments here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Night Watch. All right. I like that movie. I was wondering if this is a Russian film.
1941? There are camps.
We can learn from their mistakes.
Just imagine there's a borderline, and it's right behind your back.
You can break free.
You shouldn't even try.
Those dolls.
Where are you
That's
going?
funny.
This world belongs to me.
Okay. Oh, that looks interesting. Angel. Yeah, I saw that there. Oh, I saw there was a new trailer for Gretel and Hansel, you guys. But I remember the scene of the girl, the lady there. Gosh, I always forget her name, but I know exactly who she is. Alice Krieg, is that her name? Oh gosh, I can't even look at that picture. I gotta go back. Oh, she was pulling hair out of her mouth or something. And I went to the theater a while back, and they have this big ass, display for this film, and it's her pulling the thing out of her mouth, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I can't. So I don't want to see that trailer, because just thinking about it is making me want to gag. It's triggering my very sensitive gag reflex. Oh my gosh, that was a tangent, if there ever was one. Sorry. Okay, so this movie looks pretty interesting to me. It looks like it's fairly well made as far as, special effects and, maybe cinematography and everything. Can't quite exactly figure out what the premise is, other than it's like, what, parallel type universe sort of thingish, and I don't know. Anyway, it's intriguing to me, and I probably will, check it out if ever I see it come across my way. Definitely fantasy for sure, you can tell, because some of that stuff was pretty trippy. I had really no clear idea what was going on, but it certainly is sparking some interest in me, because the guy who wrote the Night Watch stories, were there 3 or 2 movies, and I thought that I watched all but one of them. So I'm a little behind, but I do remember that I really liked the first one quite a bit. It's the way that movie was made was a little different. It was kind of, you could potentially get yourself lost a little bit, but somehow I was able to follow the plot fairly well and understand what was going on, but I forget a lot of the details. I just remember that it was about vampires, and I liked it. That's what I remember. So knowing that the guy who wrote those is responsible for this, that automatically makes me pretty interested to see it. It just says it's coming out 2020. I didn't recognize any of the actors, obviously. I think this is a Russian film. Seems pretty clear to me. I don't know if all the actors are Russian, because I have no clue who they are or anything. The trailer itself was fairly short. It came in at less than 2 minutes. By the time this screen came up, it was about 1:50. So fairly short, but it feels like there was quite a bit packed into it. Certainly enough to give you a little bit of an idea, sort of, kind of, what was going on, but it's so trippy to me that I don't really firmly get what's going on, and I'm not sure if that's intentional, maybe it is, or if it was just a little bit hard for me to try to pin down the premise, because the premise itself is a little tricky and trippy. So anyway, yeah, I like this trailer. I'm certainly interested to check it out. I really highly doubt it's going to come to any of my local theaters here, but even if it did, I probably wouldn't go see it there on the big screen, even though it seems like with some of the action sequences that it would probably be pretty fun to watch on the big screen, but I most likely would not. The dubbing, it was my biggest complaint. It's not very good. I'm all into, you know, like, so the work I do has to do with dubbing type stuff, sort of like voice acting stuff, you know, audiobooks, and it's all very similar. I mean, it's basically like that. And I could tell that it wasn't that great. So what I would do if I ever do watch it would be just put the regular original language on and just listen to the or read the subtitles, because sometimes if a dub job is not that great, it can be quite a bit distracting when you're trying to follow the flow, because you pay attention more to the fact that the dubbing isn't wonderful than you're actually paying attention to the story. Or, I mean, that's what I do anyway. I get really distracted by stuff like that. And I don't mind subtitles too much. It certainly means it would be something that I would have to pay attention to, because I'd be having to read what's going on. But, yeah, that's all right. Anyway, okay, I guess that is it for this one. I'm going to wrap it up for now, you guys. Hasta luego.